I know it's been forever and ever and ever and ever. How are you? I hope you're having an awesome Wednesday today. My name is Nicole Brown. I work with men and women who want to be the first entrepreneurial success in their family, even if they've been paralyzed by fear. Well, today we are going to talk about taking a chance on yourself. Take a chance on you. So many times, why is it that we have such a hard time taking a chance on ourselves? All right? Who wants to live with thinking that the what if? Will you always be wondering what would have happened if I had taken that chance? Many of you get to a point in life and we always live in the what ifs. What if I would have did this? What if I would have did that? What if I didn't have any kids? What if I had, more kids? What if? What if I had more money? What if I had taken a job? What if I had finished school? What if I've taken that chance on that business? What would have happened? And many a times we have no idea what would have happened because we did not take the chance. All right. Last week, I had an awesome time at the Women Evolve conference in Dallas, Texas. To be in the room with, they said, 40,000 women who came to be a part of this awesome event, to see women getting along, to see women who are broken, who are hurting, who took a chance to come to the conference to be ministered to. Man, one of the things, we were in line registering, and the first part, a lot of the women there, they were complaining. If this was my event, I would have done it different. If this was me, I would have did this. So I'm standing there and I'm like, hey, I've hosted events before. It's not easy. It is not cheap or inexpensive. It costs. And when you do things at that level, many of us, we host events maybe from serving 30 to 500 people, but you're talking 40,000 people. How do you serve that many people? So, therefore, things are going to happen. If you've never done it before, you won't know the challenge until you at least take the leap and do it. So, one of the things that, Sarah Jake, she took a leap. She took a chance on something she had never done. She had never spoken in front of 40,000 people before, but she took a chance. But when you don't know what it's like to take a chance, the people in the background, all they do is complain about what they would have done, but they're not the ones doing it. Many a times I would have people work for me and they say, if it was my business, I would have done that. And if this was mine, I would have did this. Guys, you haven't experienced what I've experienced. You've never walked in my shoes. So many a times we won't take a chance because we are afraid of the outcome. We're afraid of what people will say. We're afraid of what people will think. We're afraid of how people will feel. But one thing I can fully respect her for is she took a chance. The people in the line, I would have had 4 lines. I would have had 1 line, and then because we were standing in line first, I would have done this. I would have done that. Hey, I'm sure she's going to go back and recap all that has happened and figure out what could we have done different. That's how you fix it. But I can commend her on she took a chance to do something she had never done. So she doesn't have the what if I would have done it. She did it. So now it's looking at what if I would have done this differently. In the chat, and one of the comments she made, maybe I had too much going on for this day. Like, she's been an open book. How many of us who have taken a chance on so many different things, we're not honest about the fact that maybe we were afraid, that maybe that we had a challenge during this time, that maybe we didn't think something through until it happened. So I really want you to really think about things before you attack people with your words and say, if it was me, I would have, but it's not you. So one of the things that you need to do is face your fears. Many of you saying what would have happened if, but honestly, face your fears. You're afraid. That's why you won't do anything. Are you afraid of success or are you afraid of failure? But I double dog dare you to run into that thing that you fear the most. Okay? If you fear it, whatever it is, if you fear hosting an event, if you fear of speaking in front of people, one of the things at my retreat that we're talking about taking the stage, whether you're speaking at corporate events, whether you're on live, whether you're on LinkedIn, are you ready to take the stage? But many of you, you're standing back, man. What if I would have joined Nicole Brown's coaching program? What would happen? You don't know because you're still saying, what if, what if, what if? And you guys are sitting there with all these business ideas and you're not moving. So don't get mad at people when they're moving and they're taking the chance, whether they become failures or whether they become successful. But you can't be mad at them because they took a chance on themselves, all right? So bravery is not the lack of fear, but the strength to stand up to it. All right? So you got to be brave, guys. Just do it. All right? Be courageous. You haven't lived until you try the thing that you said you would never do. All right? So face your fears. The next thing is learn to leap. You've been taking baby steps all your life. All right? So learn and live. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, if it's a class, on Friday night, man, we're going to have a great time at Life Connect. We're doing a dance class, line dance class. Guys, all I always knew was the electric slide, all them little dance things or whatever. But for two months, we've been talking about, are you okay? Faking being okay, faking fine. So now it's time for us to celebrate that we are okay. All right. I can't take people who stay in the pit and be pitiful forever. So now we're going to have a great time on Friday night. So go to lifeconnectva.org if you want to come and just laugh. Y'all can laugh at me learning all these things that I don't know how to do. But when I do get it, y'all going to be sick of me. Trust me on that. Okay. But learn to leap. Take a chance. Okay. Don't be afraid to leap and do something. All right. The next thing is get to know yourself. What parts of you are hidden? What part of you that if people really knew you well enough, that they would be like, really? What? This happened, or they know how to do this, they know how to do that. What part of you that you have just hidden so much that you don't even want people to know about you? One thing I appreciated about that conference last week was the transparency of every speaker. From Tasha Cobbs talking about the struggle she had with having her own son. From all the different ones who spoke. From Sarah Jakes talking about where she started and now to see her on this huge platform. Guys, everybody has a story. But what part of you have you hidden that you're afraid to show up and tell people about because you're afraid of what people will think? If you're really open about it, people will respect you more. They'll be willing to lean in more. They can trust you because they know that you're not so far ahead of them and you can't be honest with people because you have this hidden thing that if people knew, they can't handle it. So do you really know who you are? Take some time and know who you are. Get to know yourself. And finally, find your purpose. Look into your life and figure out, what is my purpose? What is it that I can do? What is it that I do well? What is it that I have that the world needs? All right. On Sunday, I felt led to pray for those that had business ideas. It was at least 12 people who stood. There's no excuse why we don't take a chance on ourselves. You won't know until you try. So what? Somebody says you're going to fail. But what if you don't? So what? Someone says you don't have enough money. What if you just take what you have and make that work? Sometimes we wait until we get so many people saying that are married, we're not going to have kids till we have enough money. Guys, you're never going to have enough. You're going to have more, but it's going to be something else. It's always going to be something. Now, use wisdom. I'm not telling you just jump out there, without a parachute and not have a plan. But look at your life and uncover your purpose. All right? There is satisfaction in knowing what it is you are meant to do. So I just would advise you. I want to encourage you guys today. Today's live was take a chance on you. Because after coming back from last week, even being in that room with all those people, hearing people complain who had never hosted an event of 40,000 people, probably never hosted anything with 2 people. All right? They talked about if I had people in line, I would have gave people chips and snacks. And no, we wasn't coming there for that. We came to get our badge so we can move on. We didn't come for the snacks. All right? But everybody wants something, but they don't understand the process, the cost to do things. So before you judge someone who's taking a chance, reflect on yourself and say, you know what have I actually taken a chance on? So I hope today this really causes you to get to know yourself, reflect on your purpose, face your fears, understand what it is that is stopping you from being the greatest you could ever be. All right? So I love you guys. I hope this helps you. I would love to hear in the comments. If you want to know more about my coaching program, you can email me at info@NicoleLBrown.com. We're working on some great things that we're going to do and work on for 2024. But many of you guys have sat and watched every live this whole year, and you sit back, you got a book full of notes, and you're doing nothing with them. Let's get busy. Take a chance on you. All right? I love you guys. Have a great day. Live on purpose. I just pray that you exceed your own expectations. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.